Hi, my name is Ava Richards, and welcome back to the 5th episode of Quaran-Tea Time, a show where I team up with my friends over a Zoom call for the ultimate baking competition. This episode is sadly not a competition, but I will be sharing a really simple recipe that I found online to make cinnamon rolls in a mug. It has only a few ingredients, and there are plenty of substitutions available if you don't have any of them. So without further ado, let's get cooking. The ingredients we will need for the dough are 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of milk, 1 cup of flour, or if you don't have any, you can use 1.5 cups of pancake mix, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla. For the filling, we will need 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and I actually don't have any at the moment, so I will share a tip later on to show you how you can make your own brown sugar. And you're also going to need half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And lastly, for the icing, we will need 4 tablespoons of powdered sugar and 1 tablespoon of milk. Alright, so first I grabbed a large bowl and cracked my egg into it and poured in my sugar, milk, and vanilla. Then I whisked it all together until it was nicely combined. And then I added my flour and mixed it all together with a spoon to form a really nice dough, even though I should really be using a spatula. When it was mixed, I spread some flour on the counter and on my fingers, and I kneaded the dough with my hands to make sure that everything was nice and smooth. Then I grabbed a rolling pin and started to roll out the dough. It's supposed to be pretty thin, and the recipe said to make it about 8 inches by 6 inches, and here's how mine turned out. And now it's time to make the filling, so I'm grabbing a small bowl and pouring in my butter and cinnamon. And the way that I made my brown sugar today was by combining a 1/4 cup of white sugar and 3/4 teaspoons of syrup in a bowl, and it made this super awesome brown sugar. And I quickly realized I was supposed to melt the butter first, so I spooned it out of the bowl and melted it in the microwave, and then I stirred it all together. Next, I'm spreading the filling all over the dough, and I used a knife to spread it evenly across the surface. Now it's time to roll it up and make it into a cinnamon roll. I started from the bottom and tried to roll it as tight as possible to make sure I got as many layers and rings as I could. It was a little harder than I expected, but here's the end result. Then I cut it into 3 equal sections and grabbed my favorite mug and put one of the sections inside it. Then I took it over to the sink and sprinkled a few drops of water on top to make sure that it retained the moisture while it was cooking. Then I put it into the microwave to cook. You want to cook this at 50% power, so on my microwave I just pushed the cook power button and typed in 50%, and then I cooked it for 1 minute and 45 seconds. And here's what it looks like. It definitely looks kind of ugly so far. While it was cooling, I grabbed another small bowl and poured in the powdered sugar and milk and stirred it all together with a fork until it made a super nice frosting. And the last step is to just pour this all over your cinnamon roll. And here's the finished product. While it's not the most visually stunning recipe, it still looks pretty tasty. Alright, so now it's time to try the cinnamon rolls. I have mine right here in my trusty dad mug, so I guess let's just try it. I feel like my dough might be a little bit underbaked. It's a little bit chewy, and I don't think it really expanded in the microwave very much. So it's kind of like a weird sort of texture to me, but everything else combined with that makes it really good. Obviously the filling is really sweet and it's super nice along with the frosting. Everything just goes together super well. So I guess this is sort of a different take on cinnamon rolls. But I still think it's really yummy. I would totally make this again if I was just craving something sweet. It was really quick and easy to make, and I'd probably bake it for a little bit longer next time, but besides that, I really like it. Thank you so much for watching the 5th episode of Quaran-Tea Time. I hope that you're able to make some cinnamon buns that were a little bit prettier than mine were. I'll see you next time with another new episode. Bye!